Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ruben for Dirt Productions, and my god, I've been looking forward to do this tutorial for a long time right now. So now you might say, but why Ruben? Why did you want it so long? Well, I will explain that in my next book called Earth Without Connection. No, just kidding. The reason is because I almost did about 2 days figuring out how to do this kind of trick, because it is pretty tricky actually to nail this one. And today I'm going to teach you how to create something like this. Let's take a look. Now that's just awesome, isn't it? Pretty. I like it. Pretty badass. This took me so long, dude. Now you can see about here. You can see how many layers there actually are. It's well, I used a plugin from Video Copilot, but since this is a tutorial and some of you might not have this, I'm going to go for something else, and it's called Grungy textures. And you can just find those on Google. So let me go ahead and teach you where to find those. Alright, now I pre-selected a similar that we can use for this project, and let's bring it up. Here we go. I will put the link in the description. Now go ahead and save this picture and drag it into the composition. There we go. Now it doesn't have to fill the whole composition because we're going to cut it out. So with that layer selected, grab your pen tool and drag a kind of round shape around this. Something like this. Now you can also feather it, so hit F, feather the mask, there we go, and duplicate it. We're going to place it right there, maybe rotate it, scale this up, and duplicate this one again, rotate, and hit overlay so everything is overlapping each other. There we go. Now this looks pretty cool. Alright, next up we are going to add a text, but before that let's compose these layers. Call them background. Alright, this looks pretty interesting already. Now grab your text tool and start typing. And let's scale this up. Oh, by the way, I forgot what font I used for the video, and I don't have it right here anymore. So I used a downloadable font called Highway to Heck. I'll put a link in the description for this font. Now it will look something like this, and you can just go ahead and download it. Alright, now you want to have the grungy parts, you know, the parts of the picture that are really broken, you want them to be over the text or underneath the text. And go ahead and take overlay, there we go. And go ahead and bring the track mat onto Luma Mat Dirt Productions. Okay, now for all the grungy, that is not possible without the blood splatters, so it will be a little bit more difficult to do. But with your text selected, take your pen tool and zoom in right here. And and start creating little shapes, really sharp and strange, something like this. Alright, now duplicate the mask, and start moving around this mask. And just start revealing everything of your layers. Now I just go ahead and finish this layer off right here. Now when you're finished, it will look something like this with all the masks. That is pretty badass. Now to animate this in, I just made this a 3D layer. I created a camera. So go ahead and create a new camera. .35mm preset. And now move forward in time and hit P for the position. And go back and bring this all out of the comp. Oh, by the way, don't bring the background with you, only the text, and bring it forward. There we go. Now let's play this back. There we go. Now this is a way to do it, but there's also another way, and that is to actually, let's go over to two views right here. If we have our text right here, and it's animating in, so let's leave the background with our keyframes here. Let's reanimate the position right now, because this is going nowhere. Let's see this. Alright, I think this fits great. There we go. Now for the position, set a keyframe again, go back to the beginning, and right here, when it's in the middle of the camera, it sets automatically a keyframe. Bring it forward, and we're going to animate it further to about the side, so it comes in front of the camera first. So it goes in front of the camera with all the pieces, and there we go. Now we copy all these keyframes and put them at the background as well. And let's preview that. There we go, that looks pretty good. Because of the blood splatters were animated, you could bring them in even better. But remind, this is all for free. You only need the trial version of Adobe After Effects, or the full version, but that's also not quite cheap. Well, further, we are going to set a, let's see, put up the opacity, and we are going to set a keyframe right there, and move forward and bring the opacity all the way down. Now we are going to duplicate only the text right there and make it a non-3D layer. Let's see this without the masks, so we are going to delete all the masks right here, and that are about 150 masks. Delete them. Oh man, I just deleted the whole thing. One moment right here. Alright, now you can see through this because of the text style. Alright, but this one is also animated with the opacity, so we're gonna just switch those keyframes around like this, and maybe even offset it like this, so it fades in earlier. Now let's see what we just did. So we have the text coming in, and from here on changing to the white text. Now you could do that a little bit better because it's not quite as the first one. Maybe maybe scale this up a little bit, move it to the left, something like this. Play a little bit with the keyframes. Now go to the beginning of the first keyframe and go to Effects, Blur, Fast Blur, and set about 200%, 400%. Hit a keyframe about there, bring it down to 0. That would make it better. Now you can just animate this out. I hope you're creative enough to find some cool stuff with this. Now you can also play this back a little bit slower position, something like that. So when it's done with flying by, it fades in to the normal one. Let's check that out. So the text flies by a little bit longer, and when it's done, fades into white. There we go, that looks pretty good as well. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, I will. Yeah.